Austintown Township Trustee meeting, November 18th, 2024. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Shepherd?
Present.
Mr. Canto?
Here.
Mrs. Beaver? Here.
Every time we go to the tables to share those love. All right, we're going to start with introductions. Stepping in right now is our administrator, road superintendent, attorney Dapolito. We have our zoning inspector, Mr. Cavalli. We have our police chief, Chief Cavalier, our fire chief, Chief Scherzer, our parks supervisor, Todd Schaefer. Jim Henshaw is our senior center. And to my right is trustee Bruce Shepis. To my left is trustee Margaret Evers. I am trustee Robert Santos, and our outstanding fiscal officer to my left is Louis Wolf. Is that? That's not Louis Wolf. Is that not? Play back that video. I'm not Louis Wolf. All right, a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 7th, 2024. Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Canto?
Yes.
Mrs. Beaver? Yes.
All right, before we continue, the board, during this morning's staff meeting, we had a statement we wanted to present before we get into anything. Obviously, we all know we had a police levy on the ballot and it did fail. We respect and value the voice of the Austintown community. In light, the board, we have met with the Austintown administrator and our police chief. We will strive to maintain the quality of services that our residents are accustomed to and deserve. However, given our budget situation, some changes will be necessary. These changes are designed to minimize their impact on the operations, the residents, and our employees. In accordance with our desire to minimize these impacts of the inflationary pressures on our department, we will make adjustments to our vehicle replacement plans and reduce personnel costs through voluntary attrition. Although inflation has taken a toll on all family members of this community, as well as our township funds, we remain committed to maintaining the patrol staffing levels through the use of our general fund. However, with the use of our general fund to help offset these expenditures, our township services that require or depend on the general fund will be limited. We remain committed to serving and protecting the Austintown community with the resources that we have currently. With that being said, I know Mr. Crum is not here. For those who don't know, Mr. Ron Crum is one of our police department, he is our grant writer. Everything that he has written, correct me if I'm wrong, has passed since he's been with us for over 10, 15 years, Chief. In recent, he actually got a grant that actually went ahead and got approved to allow us to receive, keep the 6 officers for another 3 years. Otherwise, it's November 21st, we would have to lay off an additional 6 officers. So with that being said, we have a letter for proclamation that we wanted to present to him for his years of service and his millions of dollars he's given to the police department to help offset a lot of these challenges that have occurred here in the department. I know he's not here today. I'm not sure. Hopefully everything is okay. He was expected to be here. He may be here a little later, so we'll push that aside for now. But we did definitely want to recognize one of our employees and his hard dedication he has for the police department. So moving on, we'll go ahead and start. Before we go to the public comments, we have an individual here. I know we have a previous election that actually just occurred. I know Commissioner-elect Gina Fabio is here. So do you want to say something? Come up and... So first, congratulations on your win.
Thank you, appreciate that. Good evening, everybody. First, I want to say that I'm proud to have won that election, and I promise to go to work every day for the people of the Valley, and that's what I intend to do. I want to congratulate Austintown for having 3 great trustees, and they work hard every day, and I see it. I want to do the same in the county, And I want to thank all the residents of Austintown that voted for me and across the county. And I've seen a few things already where I'd like to make some changes down at in the offices. And we're going to work to do that. But we're all going to be on the same page. We're all going to work to do the best with the residents' money that we can. Because like I said during my campaign, it's your money. And we're going to watch it like a hawk, I'm going to spend money like the working guy I am, and that's how I want to treat everybody's dollars. And I just want to say thank you to the residents, and thank you for the great job you did.
And a fair warning, if anyone doesn't know, me and Gino are really good friends. I already gave your number to every single one of these people.
That's fine, you can call me.
So stand by, because Austintown's going to need some help.
330-774-9290. I always answer. And I appreciate the support and prayers going forward. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and open the public comments. Is there anyone that wishes to speak on camera? All right. We'll go ahead and move on to our administrator's report.
Well, we did have our staff meeting today where we discussed several items of interest. At this time, the report basically consists of, moving forward with working on the zoning director position and eventually a police chief. So that's about what we have going on the administrative side, other than the year-end stuff that we discussed earlier today, and start to build their budget for next year.
All right, I have a motion to approve a resolution authorizing Mark Chapolito, Austintown Township Administrator, to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute contracts as required as per the attached.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Stanton?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And for those who don't know, that actually is a grant process to help offset some road paving. That's the majority of the bulk. There's other avenues they have, but it helps offset some of the expenditures they have on road paving. Motion to accept the resignation letter of road labor foreman David Bengala with his last day of employment being this past November 12th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes. And then motion to approve the model policy for determining contingency for purposes of burial at the township expenses as per attached. So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes.
All right, let's go on to our police chief, Chief Cavalier.
I kind of want to get off what you said about the levy. Before I do that, I want to bring up Ron. Ron was a full-time officer with us. He retired, stayed on as reserve officer. Ron has been writing grants for us for several years, probably over $3 million worth. Lasted, I figured. He'd get us a grant for $750,000 to keep pay for 6 officers, so we don't have to lay them off. But Ron also writes. Ron did such a good job, other departments have reached out to him. A couple years ago, Morgan got the same $750,000 grant. That was written by Ron Crum. Jackson Township Police Department, Mill Township received a lot of grants written by Ron Crum. I just got called by the Weathersfield Police Department. He's meeting with their chief now. So Ron's got a reputation going. Mostly every time he writes a grant, I don't know how he does it or what he does, but he always seems to get the grants. And he's been a great asset to our department over the years. And first we want to thank him and thank him every time we get a grant. But he's sought after by everybody in the community right now. The task force, Mahoney Valley Law Enforcement Task Force has reached out to him for grants for them for equipment. So he's done a great job for us. And then I just want to touch on the levy. Just broke down a couple of things like you did. Want to thank everybody who came out and voted, whether for the levy or not. Whatever your choice was, the levy failed, and we respect the voters. With that being said, we are now tasked with providing the same level of service that we have been providing in the past. No doubt we will have to start cutting back on certain line items to meet our goals. But with that being said, I'd like to thank this board for their support to me and this department. Bruce, for being on the levy committee, using your advice and your experience steering us on the committee. Robert, for all the research you did, collecting the data on other police departments and townships on how they run their police department. And Monica, for all your support for the levy and offering anything that we needed to help us with the levy. And I would also like to thank the previous trustees, the current and past department heads that have supported the police department and me over the years.
Motion to approve the dispatch service agreement between Austintown Township and Springfield Township for the 2025-2027 term.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Move on to our fire chief, the Chief Schertzer.
Tonight, I only have the 3 motions per the agenda.
Motion to accept Chief Schertzer's recommendation and to promote Fred Markham to battalion chief per the union contract.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
We have a motion to approve a 5-year renewal agreement with the TCP software, Aldatech fire time tracking, training, and scheduling system in the total amount of $20,301.15.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Devers? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes. Then we have a motion to approve the lane settlement regarding the co-op ambulance agreement.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers? Yes.
Right, move on to our zoning inspector, Darren Billy.
I would ask the board to approve a nuisance resolution on Highway Bill 505.87 and declare the 6 listed properties public nuisance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And then there's 3 properties under Highway Bill 505.871 with vehicles. The one property, I may pull that one off on Claridge. There's 2 other ones with vehicles that they don't get them operable license.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers? Yes.
I would ask the board to approve a motion to adopt the resolution attached as a part of the minutes of the meeting pursuant to Ohio Vice Code 505.86 for the removal, demolition of fire damage, single-family dwelling, detached garage, and shed located at 96 Iowa Road, said property being further described as parcel 48-025-0-087, lot 1500, with a 3 plat, based on the buildings being declared insecure and unsafe and structurally defective by the Austintown County Fire Inspector. Just a little bit of background on this before you vote on it. This house has been a problem over the last couple of years at least, and there was a fire in September, and based on Captain Miller's report, I did send a letter to the owners of record. I had a title search done. I sent a letter to the owners of record and gave them 60 days to move forward with rehabbing it. Apparently, there's no indication there's any fire insurance on this, and there's no probate cases. So I assume that if the board approves this, I'll do the due diligence, and I'm looking at probably for the neighbors of that area, probably a January, early February.
Before we do that, can you explain how we're using our funds to demolish a house and how we get reimbursed for that?
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, we have a commissioner-elect back there. I'd really like to explain it. Yeah, we have to use taxpayer funds, and then in this case, I'll put a lien on the property. No one's going to pay that lien once it goes through lien foreclosure, say a year from now, 2 years from now. It'll go up for lien foreclosure, I can say, no one's going to bid. So we can either take possession of it, try and get it into the hands of the budding property owner, or the land bank. They'll take possession and try and get it into the hands of the budding property owner. The reason I mentioned a new commissioner is in years past, the Board of Commissioners have distributed funding that evolves from the federal government to the state government to the counties, and the counties put together programs. And now they do it through the land bank, where the land bank will undertake these demolitions. So Austintown benefits by the removal of blight, and our taxpayers benefit because the commissioners allocate money to the land bank, and then that money is eventually allocated to us. I remember way back in, I think, 12 or 13, with the Attorney General moving Ohio forward grant, and back then the Attorney General was Mike Devine. I think we were given $100,000 with like a $50,000 match, and we ended up taking down about 26 or 28 homes. And actually, as the program was coming to an end, I did more demolitions than we just needed to do. And they had leftover money, so I turned it in, and we got a couple more paid for. But anyways, a lot of that demo money comes through the, it ends up on the desk of the county commissioners. They forward it to whatever land bank to us, and it trickles down to us. And we were not in as bad shape as what we were, 10 or 12 years ago. We finished the demolition on South Anderson, that's 104, through the boards of trustees that we since I've been back. And, we're not tearing down 20 homes a year anymore. We do a couple, handful. But anyways, demolition money is very important to us. So keep us in mind.
Got it.
So anyways, that's my spiel. But for the neighbors down there, looking at January, probably February at this time.
Thank you. So moved. Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Beaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes. Is that all, sir?
All I have.
All right, we move to our Parks Supervisor, Todd Schaefer.
I'd like to thank the Autism Society of Warren County. They recognized the park last Thursday for partnering with them at their yearly luncheon. They have several events out at the park, and they recognized the park and Trustee Santos at the luncheon, so I'd like to thank them for that. We're leaving the pickleball nets and the tennis nets up for a little while longer. Weather was still looking pretty good, and we still actually have people coming out and playing. And I think that's it. That's all I have this week.
Thank you. We'll move on to the Senior Center with Jim Henshaw.
Okay, one thing I wanted to mention is the fact that we've got a new addition, so to speak, to the Senior Center. We refer to it as the Zen Den. And it's a relaxation center with 2 massage chairs and a nice ambient lighting and everything else. And I'm totally amazed at the success it's had. We've had a massage chair for pumping water for about 2 million years, to donate it. But once they got this nice little quiet place, they've been in there doing their thing. It's really nice. And I also want to announce that the Senior Center will be closed next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday and Friday for the holidays. Wednesday we close because the Sheriff's Department, Monty County Sheriff's Department, takes over the Senior Center and prepares Thanksgiving dinners for shut-in people like that. And, that want to have a Thanksgiving dinner aren't able to do so. In the past year, they've gone to 300-400 people within Mahoney County to deliver meals to. So we come in, we prepare the meals for them, and with volunteers with them. So because of that, we will not be open Monday, Thursday, and Friday next week. That's it.
Thank you. Then move on to our Fiscal Officer, Liz Wolf.
I have my reports, and I also, at the staff meeting today, included some information about end of year, about advances that are still outstanding that need to be repaid. All in all, the general fund is going to have to supplement some of the funds, and we need to just pay attention to how that flows out this year as to what happens next year. And I just have my reports.
Motion to accept October report submitted for the board, submitted for the board for review, A through E, as per the agenda. Second.
Mr. Cantor?
Yes.
Mrs. Beaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes. All right, now the new business, we have a motion to approve utility easement rights to East Ohio Gas Company doing business as Umbridge Gas, Ohio, on the property of rate lot number 13 containing .41 acres on Berkey Road, Austintown, Ohio. See attached. Mr. Shepherd, can you explain that?
Sure. This is a nominal amount of money that we're receiving here from the gas company, but they are approaching residents, homeowners, property owners along Berkey here to expand the right-of-way, just slightly to make room for their gas project. They have some utility conflicts along the way, and it's cheaper and less expensive for them to procure additional right-of-way. It's just an easement, so when they're done, they have a pipe under your property, and we can't put a shed there over top of their line. That's basically what the agreement is. They still have to procure an agreement with Home County to cross the bridge and a few other hurdles for this project to go forward, but essentially it's a gas line replacement.
Is there a diagram on where they're putting this line?
They're just expanding right away along the road by a few feet. So parallel to the road. I'll see if I can get there.
I'm only asking because I hate to have a couple more feet where I can't do anything on my yard.
So they're coming out 10 feet in the curve line.
An additional 10 feet or just
An additional 10 feet. So Shelburne Road is 50 feet wide. Yeah, so the grade, right?
Has Pat Genetti seen this? Maybe we can get,
Well,
I understand this probably is normal, but I hate to see people's property. I know it's still their property, but they're limited on what they can do for an additional 10 feet.
parallel to the road, they're
By additional 10 feet.
setbacks there though anyways, right there.
On township roads, most of them are 50-foot right-of-ways, so 12 feet, 12 and a half feet on approved right-of-way. And then newer subdivisions, when they're platted, the developers add another 10 feet just in case they have to encroach in the future.
But on Berkey, you got setbacks anyway, you're not gonna let anyone build the structure 20 feet off the road, right?
Yeah.
You're not really impairing.
It's all your 20 feet setback.
No, Berkey, those are, up by the school, those are 50 feet. I'm talking about the dwellings.
Okay.
Right, I'm saying you can't build a structure in front
Yeah.
of the dwelling,
No,
so,
I know that. I just,
so you're not really impairing their ability to build anything.
Yeah, the only thing you could put there, and most utilities, for the most part, don't care if you put a fence on it. Like the sanitary engineer will allow the fence in neighborhoods where the homes have basements. Now, if the homes don't have basements, they look at that a little bit harder, but they'll let somebody put a fence on, and I put a note on the permit that the sanitary land is making a significant fence to your ponds. But they don't want buildings on sheds or stuff, pools and stuff like that. Regardless of the type of.
And right now, the gas company is working with each homeowner individually. The only reason we're included in this is because we're an affected property owner. So we own a parcel on Berkey, probably acquired through the.
No, I think, no, we don't own the baseball field.
No,
I think that runs out in front of Berkey.
there's a small parcel there we still own next to the creek. Probably acquired it through.
We probably did.
there's that one house that broke down. Right?
I'd have to see the protocol. But yeah, this next to the creek, we probably did acquire just to keep the creek stable. Have anybody
because there's a bridge there, and that's what they're having trouble getting permits on, so the project may not even go forward. They've got to figure that out, because Ohio has new regulations for gas lines crossing bridges. Or culverts, I think it's more of a culvert than a bridge, but.
Is this something that has to get done today? Can we table this to the next meeting?
I think the gas company would prefer that we move forward with it, but if you want to table it, I'm fine with that. I mean, they need us more than we need them, so.
All right, I have a motion to table this to the next meeting, which is December 6th.
Yes.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Devers?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes. Motion to approve a resolution of the Township of Austintown, Ohio, supporting the Ohio Commission of the United States Semi-Quincentennial America 250 Ohio, see attached.
Robert, before you vote on this, you want to explain what
Yes.
this is about?
So the state of Ohio, as we all know, with the rest of the nation, next year is going to be our 250th anniversary of America being America. So Ohio, through state legislation, created this America 250, which they created its own separate pot of money so that way communities can have events during the 250th year celebration to do things that hone in on the history of America and not and more necessarily towards Ohio. So by us applying for this and deeming ourselves a America 250, that opens the doors for an organization such as the Junior Women's League, the DAV, or whoever wants to create an event to be able to go through this pot of money, request $5,000, up to $5,000, to hold and create an event that kind of brings the camaraderie together and kind of showcases Ohio's history.
So like this first one is, you would have to be in specific category of storytelling or education, what American.
Correct, I know I turned it off wrong, sorry.
That's all right, but it does say.
Yeah, it is like 3 different segments. Bruce, you have one too. But yeah, as long as whoever's requesting it follows these guidelines for this particular poll, there'll be another one next year. But this round is for any organization that's holding an event, and during that event has, at some point in time, this category, and it will apply. It doesn't cost us a penny, it doesn't cost anything, it just opens the door for an organization to request funds. They're only going to offer it like 55 communities, so it's pretty good. It's going to be competitive, but hey, if there's money out there for an event that we possibly can get, what's the harm in doing it when it doesn't cost us a dime besides ink on the paper?
I just wanted to explain it. Thank you so much. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Devers?
Yes.
And I have a motion to amend resolution number 1807-0909, regulatory of noise, to include the following section I.1. Pursuant to section 505.172 of the Ohio Revised Code, a law enforcement officer having jurisdictions, I can't even talk today, within the township, but having a reasonable cause that any premises to which a D permit has been, it's been a really long day. You've been here since like, God knows how early, I'm sorry. Which a D permit has been issued by the Division of Liquor Control has violated this resolution, and as a result of the violation has caused, is causing, or is about to cause substantial or material harm, the law enforcement officer may issue an order that the premises cease and desist from the activity violating this resolution. Any cease and desist order shall be issued in accordance with the requirements of section 505.172 of the Ohio Revised Code, see attached. Definitely, what do you want to
Sure.
clarify that a little bit?
So this motion is an amendment to our noise resolution that I believe went into effect for the first time in 1994. 3 and was amended in 2018. This is a subsequent amendment to it recommended by the prosecutor's office to give our officers more immediate recourse on the scene of a noise violation. You guys asked me to look at it after I looked at the El Cowboy event, but also some of the events we had at Zodiac. And so that was a way of telling the officers, we want you to basically issue a cease and desist order that our resolution permits when you are at an event like that.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And I have a motion to approve the transfers from general fund to 15,000 maintenance. Yes, 2 seconds.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver? Yes.
And I have a motion to approve the repayment of advances back to the general fund from the lighting districts of 40,000, 65,000 from zoning, $564,565.12 from permanent improvements, 8,500 from motor vehicle license tax, 90,000 from the police, and 15,000 from the park.
So moved.
Mrs. Seaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes. We'll go ahead and remarks from the board. We'll start with Trustee Shepherd.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Appreciate you guys as usual. I am, so thankful for all the hard work that Chief Gavalier, Board of Trustees, along with our department heads, and most importantly, our officers in blue. I can't express how hard they worked, and they kept me abreast on everything that they have done. So personally, I want to express my gratitude. I've thanked them. I've spoken to most of them afterwards to get their thoughts and their concerns. And we were fortunate enough to address those issues today in session, along with our chief and administrator, as Trustee Santos had said earlier. To reiterate what Mr. Santos said, we will do the best that we can with the resources that we have. And if that means pulling from the general fund, and it does shortfall some of the other departments along the way, that's what we will do to continue to keep the services that you deserve from our police department consistent in the way that we do it today. So, a special thanks to Ron Crum. I wish he could have been here tonight. I'm so thrilled, so thankful for being able to have a resource and asset like that to our township. And that's all I have.
To iterate on both trustees Santos and Shepherd, trustee Shepherd, we're committed to continue to serve and protect our community. And we'll explore all options and assure Austintown remains a great place to live. That's more or less what I have to say about that. Next, I would want everybody to know, of course, before we get back, Thanksgiving will be over. So as Thanksgiving approaches, I want to express my gratitude to the residents. I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve you as a trustee and trust your place in me. I wish you all a safe and happy, peaceful Thanksgiving, surrounded by family, friends, and all that you are thankful for. There's always something to be thankful for, and thank you for being here tonight.
We'll start with some October happenings that we had recently. Obviously, we had our trunk or treat, our third annual trunk or treat,
Yes.
which, oh my goodness, I can't even get in the thousand how many kids were there. They were supposed to go from 3:30 to 5:30, but it went on to like 6:30. So last year we had about 2,300 kids, and then stopped around 5:20. But families were still there, they didn't get done till like 6:20, so we can only speculate, we think it was probably in the high 3,000s, which is awesome. I think every year it's growing. I think this board, with all the support, Todd Schaefer, the Parks Department, the Junior Women's League, all the organizations that had assisted us in making this awesome event. This is one of the things that we preached during our campaign, and Mr. Shepard did too when he was running for election, is to bring back these community events, and we're thrilled to see it. Feet hurt from that thing, but it's great. So we're definitely looking forward to next year and see if we can top that number to 4,000. That'd be
We
great.
didn't run out of candy.
Oh, we did not run out of candy.
You're more than prepared.
That was good. Obviously, we just had Veterans Day recently, so I know there's one, Mr. Shepis is there. Sorry, you're gonna hurt me later. Todd Schaefer is a veteran. Mr. Budis is a veteran. You're a veteran too, so right? Yes, yourself. Bridge?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. And then Mr. Telecky, you're a veteran as well. Thank you for your service. I'm a little biased on days because the day before was the Marine Corps' 249th birthday. So if anyone knows any Marines, happy birthday. It was a great time. Congratulations to all those who in this past election, those who lost. They ran a well-good campaign. Anyone that puts himself on the platform is good on my books because you put it out there in the public, and then you're right there in the face of everybody, and everything comes out. And I know campaigning is hard, so we'll get to everyone as well. But I want to say congratulations to all those who won. Congratulations, Commissioner-elect Gino. I will be calling you every day because Austintown will use some love from you, Anthony, and Carol. We appreciate it. And other than that, I guess I could ditto what both the other two trustees say. We respect the residents completely. We respect how the Republic works and how the elections work, and we'll honor your vote. We definitely honor all of our police officers, all of our employees, and we will ensure safety comes above all else. So God bless you all, and thank you guys for coming tonight. So that being said, I will have a motion to recess to executive session to discuss personnel issues.
So moved.
Second. Mrs. Seaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepard?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.